telling you about the mountain of mail, going through it. Here's the type of letter that I truly enjoy. It's the type of letter that a person who is sanctimonious, officious, imperious, self-centered, full of their own self-importance would write. It comes from Sparta, New Jersey. Dear Mr. Grant, for the past few months I've been listening to your daily radio program. I would like to take this opportunity to express my opinion of your show. While I consider myself a conservative individual and frequently agree with your point of view on political issues, I strongly disapprove of your rude manner and intolerance toward many of those who call you. On many occasions, I have heard you insult individuals by calling them idiots or worse. You make fun of callers or hang up on them with some comment such as how you don't want to lower yourself any longer by talking with that person. Perhaps if these were rude people who called in the first place, this kind of treatment would be justified. But usually these are only people who disagree with you or wish to offer constructive criticism. Just as you seem to make a valid point about a particular issue, you destroy your credibility and any appearance of rationality by insulting someone who happens to have a different opinion. You seem to give the impression that people are not entitled to their own opinions by the way that you carry on if anyone dares to disagree with you. I realize that it may be this radical behavior which contributes to your extreme popularity, but is it really responsible use of the media? After all, yellow journalism sold many, many newspapers in the late 1800s, but that does not mean that it was ethical. Furthermore, members of the mass media are supposed to appreciate feedback, whether positive or negative. I decided to write to you instead of calling your show because I did not wish to subject myself to the verbal abuse which I have frequently heard on your program. Sincerely, Tamara J., and then her last name. Well, Tamara, if you're listening, I'm not even going to give your last name, and I'm going to spare you the contumely which you so richly deserve. I just find it interesting, Tamara, that you inserted the phrase that perhaps this radical behavior contributes to my extreme popularity. I didn't know that I was extremely popular. Thank you, Tamara. Tamara, you can call today. All right, let's get to our telephones, the telephone lines. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that number for New York, it is working. It is functioning. I have it on good authority. Let's say hello to Tom. Are you there, Tom?
Hi, Bob. Bob, last week I had a business trip to the Midwest, and I had a chance to pick up the Chicago Tribune. And on the plane, I almost used the nausea bag, not from the airplane food, but from the article I read. It had to deal with the Libyan lawsuit versus the United States and the damages they were seeking for the bombing of Tripoli. And in the article, it mentioned the fact that one of the attorneys representing
Paul O'Dwyer,
that thug, Gaddafi, was none other than Ramsey Clark.
Well, Ramsey Clark as well.
That scum.
Yeah. Ramsey Clark hates the United States of America. He despises it. It's too bad we can't kick the skunk out of the country. I personally would love to escort him out of the country, but that's right. There are guys like Ramsey Clark, Paul O'Dwyer, Bill Kunstler. They hate the United States of America. They hate this country.
Well, it's scum.
They
like
are,
that.
you know, Ramsey Clark is an enemy of this country. He is our enemy.
Wasn't he in the Johnson administration?
I beg your pardon?
Wasn't he in the Johnson administration?
He was the Attorney General.
Right.
Then succeeded by Nick D. Katzenbach. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. At WABC, let's say hello to Tom. Hello, Tom.
Right. The big question today is, why are the prices of gasoline going up again? And I called the Record newspaper in Hackensack. I figured they would know everything. A pretty prominent publication. They said, well, it's because of Iraq. What's the connection between the gasoline and Iraq? Do we get that much from that country or what?
No, we don't, as a matter of fact. We get just a small percentage, at the most 15%. 1.2 million barrels